The Masvingo incident which has been reported, to be honest, I'm not yet fully in the picture of what happened, but I'm not surprised, because each time that we have a high-ranking foreign visitor from the UN or from whatever, I was expecting something. I was not sure what exactly was the opposition going to do. But clearly I was expecting something was going to happen, especially after the arrival of the UN rapporteur on sanctions. Yeah, I was expecting something, whether someone would be kidnapped, obviously a stage-managed kidnapping, someone who stage-managed being assaulted. I was expecting something, and that person would have to be of high level in the opposition, so that it can attract the necessary adverse publicity they want to be interpreted against Zimbabwe and our record on human rights. But what I have been able to piece together are maybe two things. You know, democracy is about being allowed freedom of expression. Like I'm exercising my freedom of expression. But it's also about freedom of receiving information. If you were not here, I cannot go and send a policeman to force you to come and listen to me. And what I hear happened in Masvingo was that the opposition leader was trying to impose himself on an audience which did not want to listen to him. He had no right to force people to listen to him. He had a right to address people, but only those who are willing to be addressed by him. In this case, my information is that the villagers did not want to be addressed by him, for obvious reasons. If you listen to a madman, you become part of his caste.
Yes.
You be portrayed as part of his caste. You will then go ahead and say, no, I have lots of support, which he does not have. So our people, our ZANU-PF people, will have a right to say, it's my right. I have reason to be angry. So that is the first point that I want to emphasize. The opposition leaders should be advised strongly not to impose themselves on anybody. For instance, we are going to issue a circular. As you know, that is a commissariat. As you know, the countries which impose sanctions are funding a phalanx of NGOs to undermine ZANU-PF, to topple ZANU-PF from power. And they are doing all sorts of things under the banner of democracy, which is not true. Foreigners should never fund processes which are internal. That is a clear violation of the sovereignty of a people. Anyway, they are doing that. Now, what I am going to do is, or the commissariat will do, we'll write a letter to say to our people, to our supporters, when you hear of this name, please don't associate with them. Because the freedom of association. You cannot then force them to say, no, you must associate with me, whether you like it or not. So we will be writing a directive to say, mentioning the NGOs, which we know are the proxies of countries which wanted to topple ZANU-PF government. We'll tell our supporters, don't have anything to do with those people. Don't associate with them. They are no good. They are to no good. They are going to bring misery to you. Don't be complicit in your own destruction, in your own demolition. The other point I wanted to say is, I hear from the reports I get that, in fact, the opposition leader and his bodyguards fired shots into the air You know, the last time we had shots in the air were during the liberation struggle. Now, if there is anything that can agitate people to make them angry, is trying to demonstrate your power through firing a gun. And then you must expect the consequences. You are basically asking people to defend themselves. And when they fire people guns into the air, what was the reason? Clearly, I want you to say this: the firing to the air by the bodyguards of the opposition leader concerned is abominable. Is part of the stage managing that I referred to. As I mentioned earlier, I knew there was going to be stage managing. What I just didn't know is what nature of the stage managing. Now we now know. As we go out of this meeting, we now know. Maybe this is not the last stage managing. They are perpetrating in order to besmirch the reputation, the human rights reputation of ZANU-PF. It may not be the last, but clearly it's very clear that this was stage managing to create incidences that justify fake news reports of human rights violations against Zimbabwe. I think that's all I can say on these issues at this stage. Thank you very much.